Hey everybody, Charlie902 here and welcome back to Star Citizen. Today we're on our way to August Dunlo International Spaceport to check out Drake Interplanetary's Defensecon. Let's go check it out right after the intro. Okay, here we are. This is the first adverts I've seen for the Defensecon here at the airport. Don't be like me. Don't go to the Vision Center expecting to see the Defensecon there. You will be disappointed. Uh-oh, we have elevators. Let's hope they work. Oh, not taking that one. Ah, this one looks a little better. And Defensecon, that's where we're headed. Alright. No elevator music other than just the ambient music that's going on. You'd think they would have some advertisements in here. Alright, Drake Defensecon. You can always see the red coloring here. Whoa, a little stuttery. After the fleet launches, who's left to protect you? Oh, you guys are casting shade at the UE Navy. Okay. So if you couldn't tell, this is sponsored by Drake. It's more of like a rock concert expo going on in here. I kind of like this. I like the vibe here. All right, let's talk about some ships. First thing we have up is the Caterpillar. I absolutely like, not love, but like this ship. I don't own one personally. I wouldn't be opposed to it. But it doesn't really make sense for me personally, as I own a Carrack and I can move about the same amount of cargo as this thing can. Now, in the future, though, these front modules up here will be modular. modular. And you'll be able to swap them out for various utility. I think when they first talked about that, you could get like barracks, you could get a mechanics bay, you could get shops. I don't know if that's still on the table or not, but there's still planned modularity for this ship. The other cool thing about the Caterpillar, it's a large cargo ship, obviously, with roughly about 500 SU of cargo. This command module is a totally separate ship. If you can come over here, you can check out where it undocks. It's got its own weapons, its own crew quarters, and it can fly around and separate itself from the main ship itself, the main cargo section. Let's see if we can get inside here. No, I don't wish to purchase. I wish to call the elevator down. No, it just says rent. Can we not go inside? We might not be able to. But that's okay. Even if we can't, stay tuned. I will have a full review video on the Caterpillar coming out before too awful long. It's quite a maze inside. Let me just try one more time to get in here real quick. I'm just seeing the rent prompt. Spelt backwards too. Yep, can't get inside. So there's a central elevator there that'll lift you up. On this side over here, on this wing, let's see if we can get a good view where you can actually see it. Maybe if we get far enough away. Yeah, right up here is a tractor beam operator's seat, and you actually get quite a good view from up there. And these side doors open up on all of these modules, so you can use the tractor beam to move in and out cargo. Each one of these bays are supposed to have an elevator to go, cargo elevator to go down. This one is supposed to do the same. It's supposed to go down to the ground. This is kind of like your dedicated vehicle bay up front here. And then the lower section of the command module here, let me turn on my light, see if that helps. There we go, right here. That is also another tractor beam operator's seat. The actual pilot sits up top. Very cool ship. Definitely worth the AUEC. Definitely worth the pledge money if you wish to pledge $330 for the game. This is not a bad choice. You can actually make a ton of money with this thing. All right, moving over here, we've got the Mule, the cutest ship in Star Citizen. Look at this thing. This is not very Drake, in my opinion. This is just too cute. This takes Drake's pirate persona and kind of moves it into Pirates of the Caribbean persona. That being said, though, I love this little thing. I think it's adorable. So this is basically a skid steer for cargo. It's got a forklift, futuristic forklift that folds out on the front. You can see the arm on this side as well as this side here. You can carry boxes on the side, I think 3 each side for a total of 6, and then you can carry the larger boxes, 1 in the back, and with these little forklift arms, 1 in the front. And there's what your interior looks like. Tiny little ship should fit in a variety of other ships, to include the Cutlass and the Caterpillars. Cutlass. Cutlass is a decent ship as well. It's not in the best place this current patch, but I think overall you can't really go wrong with this ship. It's a medium to small size multi-role ship. See, it's got side doors. It has a ramp. Let's go ahead and run in here real quick. Let's turn on my light so we can see. You have a sizable cargo hold back here, along with these jump seats that fold down. Let's see if we can make it work. Fold down jump seat. Okay, it's not folding down, but you have 6 jump seats back here. You've got these side doors. Then when you move up front, you've got pilot and co-pilot. Those seats actually lift up so you can see a little better. There's turret access here for the top turret. You've got bunks and weapon racks. No bathroom and no escape pods. Drake's known for not having escape pods on their ships. It's deemed as unnecessary, and it's like a cost-saving thing. As you can tell from just looking at these ships, it's kind of like a low-tech kind of feel to them, kind of industrial. This is the Drake Cutlass still. I would stay away from this as much as you can. It's just a regular Cutlass that costs $100 more and is filled with a bunch of jump seats and a bunch of these little size 1 mini guns or Gatling guns on it. If we come up front, let's take a look here. Everything up here is the same. You just have a ton of jump seats and a ton of guns. I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze for the cost to value on this one. So I would stay away from this one, and I would go for the regular Cutlass Black. You get a lot more utility out of that anyway. Okay, we're round in the back here. I have to look at the layout. So this is the Herald. The Herald is an interesting ship. Once again, I'm not interested in it personally because I have a Mercury Star Runner. But if you're interested in solo data running and going really fast in a straight line, this is not the worst choice. Drake Herald, if I remember correctly, is $80 US. It's got a little bit of armament. It looks like a size 2 down there. Can we go in? Yes, we can. Let's go ahead and enter ship. It does have a cool interior, and I will point that out. Look at this. You can be like the Matrix here with all your computer screens. You got server racks all behind you. You actually have, is it 1 bunk? I thought it was 2, but it looks like 1 bunk here. And then the single pilot seat here. So this is a data runner. You take information and physically run it to another location. It does have deployable, for lack of a better term, transceivers, I guess. You can see right where this little triangle is. There's a bunch of those surrounding the ship. They will fold out. You can use that to transmit and receive data. And then these hard drives are external. You see these push buttons here are pull handles. These are meant to be able to be jettisoned or quickly pulled off for sale. And then just look back here. This is like ship to thruster ratio is ridiculous on this thing. Now, that's straight line. It's a dragster, not a cornerer. I think that will probably be hollow viewer and stuff back there. We'll check that out in a second. Let's go check out the other Cutlasses, and it looks like there's a Vulture up there. I'm actually excited about that. All right, so over here is the Buccaneer. This to me looks like a No Man's Sky ship, right? It looks like your starter ship in No Man's Sky. It is a very light fighter. We have tons of weaponry. I think that's actually a size 4 that you can put on the back there. Tons of weaponry all around, but it's not the greatest fighter at the moment. It just doesn't seem to hit as hard as the weapons would lead you to believe, and it cannot take a hit. Now, that being said, it is tiny, and it is nimble, so it is hard to get hit in this as long as you're a decent pilot. Dogfighting is not my forte. I prefer to do larger ships and more utility-focused, industry-focused ships, but I mean, you could do much worse than the Buccaneer. That being said, it cost $110, I believe, so I think I would prefer to get a $90 Gladius or even a $75 Arrow for that price. I just feel like the Buccaneer is priced too high for what it is. I mean, heck, you can get a Buccaneer, or you can get a Cutlass Black. Like, Cutlass Black, way more ship for the money. Alright, moving on. Here's the Cutlass Blue. We'll take a peek inside. This is the police variant, our bounty hunter variant. So you don't have your jump seats back here, but you do have a small cargo hold. And then you have prisoner pods that are kind of hung up like, well, like laundry would be at a dry cleaning place. You can see where the prisoners would go in there. You can check on their status here. So you've got 6 on each side for a total of 12. All right, then you have a weapons locker up here. I'm sorry for the light being so bright. And then if we head up front, there's no real difference up front. Everything's kind of the same up here too, except for the shape of the cockpit. You can see how the struts are a little different. Let's hop out. You'll also notice that you have airlocks on the side rather than the jump doors. And I think if there's ever a reason to buy a Cutlass Blue, for me personally, 1, the police lights. It does have police lights, rescue lights. 2, this cockpit. I love it. It looks like a xenomorph, doesn't it? Very cool looking. Last but not least, you have the Cutlass Red. This is the search and rescue variant. You head in here. We still got no jump seats, but a small cargo hold. And then we have medical beds back here. Now, these are the Tier 3, which I believe is the lowest tier medical beds. These will just maintain a patient until you can get them to a higher tier bed or a hospital. Now, what's changed up here is this turret is no longer a turret, as you can see. It's a toilet. All right, and then the co-pilot has access to a scanning turret with a light on top, a remote turret. So got your weapons, still got your 2 bunks. Turn the light off. So yes, this is not a respawn point. It was at one point, which made it a very powerful ship, but it's no longer a respawn. Now it's just a stabilization. And it has the emergency lights on it as well. I think it has a cool look. I like both of these ships, but if I were to recommend a Cutlass, it would be Cutlass Black. This thing is the first I've seen of the Vulture. I'm really excited to take a look at this. The Vulture is one of the ships that I will have in my garage because I like industry. And if I can hop in a ship like this or the Prospector and go solo, chill, earn some money, then I'm definitely going to. So this ship, as far as I'm aware, there should be an intake here. There should be some lasers mounted on the end here, and these are tractor beams. So you should be able to cut apart a ship's hull, and then using these tractor beams or maglev system or whatever this is, draw the chopped up pieces into this portion to be processed. And you can do it all from the cockpit up there. Let's take a look at it. This is cool looking. Now this is where I think the Drake design language makes the most sense. Industry vehicles. This looks very Argo as well. Can we climb up here? We cannot. There is a ramp back here. I believe it has 12 SCU of cargo, and that's processed cargo. Think Wall-E and mashed up cubes of metal. That's what should go back here. Oh, we can go in. This must be close to flight ready. What was that? I told something to open. I thought it was going to be this door. Maybe it's the ramp. Okay. It's not working. Can we go in here? Oh, we can. Can we go up? We can. So this is almost complete. If you're thinking of getting one of these, go ahead and get one now because the price has not increased yet. Okay, I see component storage. How do we go to the cockpit? Can we not? This part may not be complete. Open. Open. Ah, it's not opening. Let's see. Can we do some... And then let's do this. Nope. Can't glitch into there. Whoop, whoop, about to break the game. Let me hop down below and see if we can raise our view up and kind of look inside the cockpit here. That's the area I'm most interested in seeing. Alright, so if we go... Get out of my way. Alright, let's go up here. Let's hit F4. F4 again. Let's rotate around. Alright, now let's... Can we go up and down? Now we can go in and out. There was a way to lift the... Is it home and end? I thought it was page up, page down, but it's not working for me to raise and lower the camera. Alright, well, that's it. We tried. Somebody, I'm sure, will have a video where they're glitching in there and they can show you the interior. But yeah, very cool ship. I would pick one up now if you're interested in one because the price is not raised. It's $140. I bet when it's flight ready, it'll probably be about $160. Very similar to Prospector, or maybe even equal to Prospector at $155. But definitely interested in salvage, pick one of these up. I bet if you have a reclaimer, you'll probably have access to one of these as well. Alright, let's continue on. Is there anything to the sides? It doesn't look like it. Alright, we'll go to the rear portion back here. Let's go, let's go. Alright, what do we have here? We've got merch. What is this? Oh, is this how you rent everything? Okay. Alright, so now we've got the Dragonfly, the original maglev bike. This thing is super useful. I would not recommend buying it with real money, as you can earn one very quickly in game. But you can carry one SCU of cargo. At least that was what was stated. I don't know if that's no longer going to be the case within these saddlebags. And then you can put a person on the back and a person on the front. It can fly like a spaceship in space, or it can hover like a bike on ground. It's actually very useful and can fit in quite a bit of ships. And as you can see, it's right now it's in its packed up mode. It will deploy. These will actually come out a little further to give you a little more stabilization once you run it. Oh, we got a bar back here. All right, should be a couple of ships. All right, so this is the Kraken. This is an aircraft carrier in space, which I guess would make it a spacecraft carrier. I actually picked one of these up today, and I'm super stoked. I've been trying to buy one of these ever since they were announced. And this is the first time I've actually won the F5 war, to say the least. What sold me on it? Well, 2 internal small hangars. You see these here. These will fit Buccaneers, probably most of the small fighters. 4 external small pads, or extra small landing pads. And those are also for fighters. And then you can't quite see from here, but on this side, there's 2 medium landing pads. That's Freelancer, Cutlass sized up there. There's 3,000 plus cargo inside, and then there's an internal base somewhere. Can't figure out where the entrance is for a dragonfly bay for quick deployment of dragonflies. Maybe somewhere on this side, maybe here. And then what I love about it is you have a bridge that is like a proper ship bridge where you can oversee the deck of your ship. Love it. And out of every Drake ship, none of them have escape pods except for the Kraken. Now there's two variants. There's the Privateer and the Standard Kraken. I bought the Standard Kraken. The Privateer takes a lot of the cargo, like the lion's share of the cargo, like 3,000 almost cargo SCU, and replaces it with shops. Now those shops do have dedicated cargo for each shop. I see that being great for like an illegal operation where you want to sell your goods. I plan to use mine for less nefarious means as more of a forward operating base for mining and salvage operations, as well as like a respite for people to come, you know, get some fuel, get some repairs, and pay up, because this is basically a mobile space station. I love this thing. Super excited to get it in game. Was hoping we would see a model like from a distance. We did see that a few years ago at IAE. But let's move on, see what else Drake has. Alright, here's the Corsair. This is another ship that is on my radar. The Corsair is a Constellation competitor, but with a focus on heavy firepower. If I remember correctly, there should be 4 size 5 hardpoints for the pilot, as well as 2 more size 4 hardpoints on the wings, all pilot controlled. It has all of its components in a centralized location right in between the wings here. And if I remember correctly, it has about 40 SCU of cargo, and you can fit either cargo or up to an Ursa rover-sized vehicle in there. 2 side turrets are a bit weird, but they're there. But each crew member gets their own room, which I think is actually really cool, especially for Drake. So definitely interested in this ship. Those wings will fold up vertically, much like a ship in Star Wars would. Imperial Transports, I believe, used to do that. But it is definitely a very interesting ship, and this is one that's also on my radar and will be... I'll have a CCU ready to apply once it's released and once we can actually see how it behaves in the game. So I think that's it. That's going to be it for Drake. Although they are not my favorite manufacturer just due to aesthetic reasons, they have a lot on offer that are very good. Definitely check them out. I would put an emphasis on the Caterpillar, that Vulture over there. The Cutlass is always for sale, so you don't have to worry about jumping through your butt for that. Now the red and the blue, and even the steel, which I would not recommend, those are time limited. Buccaneer I would avoid. Herald, personally, I would avoid. Definitely, if you can swing it, if your bank account can swing it, pick up a Kraken if you can. They have limited sales. I think there's 3 waves of those. I got mine in the first wave. And then Corsair. Go ahead and pick you up a CCU to the Corsair if you can afford it, and just kind of hang on to that and kind of see what happens with that ship in game. All right, that's going to do it for Drake Defensecon. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy my content, please consider a like, a comment, and or subscribe. Stay tuned for more Star Citizen, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.